Welcome to the Stress Outlet. My name is Dr. Kimberly Quinn, and Giovanni and I would like to talk about today. What we like to talk about is the importance of making decisions. I think with all this information saturation going on in the world, media saturated, it's constant, right? With the, technology, the cell phone thing, ding, ping, bing, bing, pulling us out of the moment to tell us something else, whether it's true or not, who knows, but there's just constant stimulation, and it can be overwhelming. And people talk a lot about, the Gen Zs being overstimulated, and they are, because it's not through no fault of their own. They were kind of born into technology. In fact, I was reading something the other day. The entire Gen Z generation is younger than Google. I mean, just think about that. And so they, but it's not just the Gen Zs. It's not just the Gen Zs who are inundated with all the tech stuff. They're more conditioned because, like I said, they were born into it. But even us seasoned folks who can remember a world without it, we are influenced too. It's just constant. So it can be very difficult for us to make a stand, and we can just stay in this state of wishy-washy. Well, here's the thing. We're making decisions whether they're conscious or not. That's just the fact, Jack. So either they're active or they're passive. So we're making active decisions. This is way better for us. Even if it's where to go to lunch with friends versus, your career, relationships, all those big ones, whether to have kids, whether to buy that house, all those bigger decisions. We also, like anything else, practice with the little stuff. Just like you do t-ball before you go to Little League, and then there's a farm league in the middle. But making the little decisions, exercises that decision-making muscle, because our decisions lead to actions, which basically, are, sort of what makes our life plan out, roll out, play out is what I meant to say, play out the way that it does. So decisions are enormously important. And a lot of times we hesitate because we're thinking of the results of those decisions. And here's the thing. One way or the other, there's going to be results. Like I said, either you actively make a decision or you passively make a decision. We just kind of throw it to caution to the wind and the decision's made for you. Not ideal. And so it's best to kind of just have that attitude of do the best you can. Let the chips fall where they may. But I'm thinking of my husband because he's a fantastic decision maker. Kind of takes in the facts, gets quiet for a second, do this. If it works out well for you, okay. If it doesn't, it's a growth experience. And he's also a big Harry Truman fan. He's got a sign that says the buck stops here. Harry just was known for that. Just decision, and then let it play out the way it is. But it's much better to make a conscious choice about a decision than just throw it up in the air and see what happens. It's better, the high majority of the time. So make decisions consciously, live deliberately. Have a good day.